Ah, my man. My main man, Mamdani. Zohran. By the way, do you think like his wife, when she's in the bedroom, is crying his name? It's like Zohran, Zohran, Zohran. You know, it sounds weird. Um, but anyway, he's transitioning, and he's transitioning to all female. What are the qualifications? Who the fuck cares? Look, listen, you bigot. Okay, if you want a good family legacy, like if you want your family name to be carried, you must have a daughter. Like this is the future. Because like if you have a daughter, it doesn't really matter if she goes to a university. It doesn't really matter like what she learns. The signal we are getting from the elites is that as long as she's a woman, she has feelings, and if she has feelings, then we feel she can do it, and that's what diversity is all about, right? It's rewarding people for having daughters, and then they can just burst through life because like no one is talking about the qualifications anymore. You know, like at the French Museum, apparently they put the first woman ever in charge of security. And despite the fact that she fucked up, you don't see like any strong repercussions. Like you don't see the world falling over. You know, people being held to account. See, in Eastern Europe, like if you were to hire someone with low qualifications, and then a place gets robbed, it's not just the person with low qualifications that's being held to account. It's like who hired them? Why were they hired? Why didn't they have better qualifications? But in the West, it's like no, she's a woman. Don't you understand? Like that tells you everything you need to know. And so, yeah, we're getting an all-female transition team. This is the advertisement, right? It's not like, okay, so we got Jaina, and she's got like a PhD in political science, and we got like this lady Maria, and she's been with the Democratic Party for like 2 decades, so we trust her. No, right? None of that matters. In fact, like it's not even brought up. They're women. And if you don't like it, and you complain for any reason, you're a fucking bigot. To be honest, you know, like I understand where Zohran is coming from. Like, look at him. He's a charismatic individual. I already explained to people that disagreed with me when I said that Zohran is very popular with the ladies. And there were other guys like, what are you talking about? You know, like, look at him. He's not attractive. And I'm like, well, you don't think he's attractive because you're a guy. But if you're a woman, you'd be moist. And I'll explain to you how you can tell this. Like, I will explain so that in the future, people know how an attractive guy looks like. Because it's actually difficult for us straight guys, you know, to recognize whether another guy is attractive or not. If you feel like punching him just for existing, like it's irrational. You know, you see his face. You don't know anything about the guy. You know absolutely nothing, but like your instinct is to punch him. And you're even wondering, like, why do I want to punch him? Like, he did nothing wrong against me, right? Like, your normal brain kicks in, but your lizard brain is begging you to punch him. If that's the case, that's an attractive guy. Like, women like that guy. And I think it's evolutionary, you know? It's kind of like you feel it as a threat. Women do the same. Like, if you have a very sexy, provocative lady walking around other women, like you would immediately see how the other women have resentment. It's like, look at the shoes she is wearing. Why doesn't she cover those tits? Ban pornography, ban her, you know? And it's the same for guys. And so like Zohran is actually a very charismatic individual. He's a sexy guy. And so like he's being flocked with women and he's running out of positions to give them. He's being swamped. Probably, doesn't watch pornography, right? Like, this is why he's got a lot of women. His brain isn't rotted by porn, because I'm getting the Twitter arguments, right? Like, the reason we have declining birth rates, a lot of people watch porn. Zohran doesn't watch pornography, ever, at all. And so this is why, you know, like, he's in the game. He's now the mayor of New York City. He's dominating all of the right-wingers there. And he's swamped with women. But anyway, all jokes aside, a lot of people are upset that women voted for him. And I wonder when people realize that citizens don't vote only on intellectual merit. Because if people voted on intellectual merit, the campaigns would actually be about intellectual merit. The reality is that this is sad, but it's true, and right-wingers have to start accepting it, right? Like, we have to live in the world we live in, not in the world we wish we lived in, that people are emotional. And people, they can vote on spite. It's like, I'll vote for the other guy just because I hate the other one, which I think is like the most common reason for people to vote. They can vote because it's difficult for them to put food on the table. They can vote for ideological reasons. It's like, this is my tribe. My dad voted for this tribe. My grandfather voted for this tribe. So I'll vote for it as well. And they can vote because the guy is charismatic. And this is something that's actually true with Justin Trudeau as well. Like, he got in because he was charismatic. And Zohran, I know like a lot of women on the internet that voted for him because he looks good. And so right-wingers are upset about it. And they're like, oh my goodness, like, why? Look, instead of like running with the geriatric squad, because like I'm looking at the Republican Party, and yesterday an old man collapsed in the Senate. It's like, come on, like, guys, like, look, like start putting people that are younger. Like, it's time for the new generation to take in. I know they're stupid because they're Zoomers, but like, look, we're getting old. Like, it's time to have like some younger politicians, and then maybe you can get some votes. And there's also like the fact it's like, oh well, like, us men are above it. Like, we don't vote for Zohran and Justin Trudeau because they look good. Yeah, but like, imagine if Sydney Sweeney campaigned. Okay? Like, how many simps wouldn't vote for her? Like, let's be honest. No, be honest with you. Like, come on. Like, if you have a kid that's 18 and he's got like Sydney Sweeney, then you don't think you will vote? Of course you will. And especially if Sydney Sweeney comes like with right-wing talking points and it's like a genuine right-winger. Yeah, like, presentation matters, charisma matters. People start appreciating honesty. They don't like politicians that can't have a debate. The reality is, like Zohran, yeah, he looks good. He speaks like he comes out of a mental asylum, which the left enjoys. But he also can debate. Like, I can definitely see Zohran being able to sit down with Bernie Sanders or with AOC or with a right-winger and actually have a debate. There's very few politicians that can do this in America. Like, another leftist that I think could do it is, well, actually, he does it, Gavin Newsom. Right? Like, Gavin Newsom actually debates. But now let's look at AOC. Does she debate? Fuck no. Would you see Chuck Schumer in a debate? Absolutely not. And so, the reason that people like Zohran are becoming more and more popular, like, first of all, it's the tribe, right? Like, the ideology. It's like, okay, he's got a D in front of his name. He's going to have, like, every single Muslim in New York voting for him. Basically, like, there are guaranteed votes. Like, let's be honest, it's New York City, right? Like, if he went to Texas, he would never win. But on top of that, like, we get to see the new generation of politicians, right? They're not like the AOC with bulging eyes, screaming and stamping their feet in the Senate. No, they're actually dressed nicely. They smile more than they should. I mean, this is the type of politician that if he sees a burning kitten in a building being cooked alive, he would smile. Like, the man never stops smiling. And so, he's also capable of debating. And I don't think, like, this is the new left. The question is, like, how is the new right going to look like? And I think it's going to look like J.D. Vance. Right? Like, J.D. Vance is also capable of engaging with memes, connecting with the youth. Like, again, senators that are young. And I'm willing to bet, just like people voted for Zohran because he's hot. And that's what I'm getting from forums. That's what I'm seeing online. People will also vote for J.D. Vance because he's hot. There's a lot of right-wing girls that thinks J.D. Vance is a Chad, especially when he stands up to bullies. And he tells people to go fuck themselves on Twitter. Right? Like, again, a new generation of right-wingers. Like, no one would have cursed like that before Donald Trump, as far as I know. Like, George Bush wouldn't have cursed, right? Bill Clinton wouldn't have cursed. Donald Trump curses. I think, like, maybe Joe Biden may like, I would see him in the position where he could squeeze an F word. Actually, he did say the N word, right? Like, he did say that the urban jungle, and he said the N words a couple of times. So, yeah. But regarding New York, I don't think, like, you'll see changes ideologically. I think you're going to see more corruption, right? Which Normally, I would say, well, it's a good thing because when you have like a lot of corruption, eventually people want some change. So, like, you could see a future where New York is not run by the Democrats. Unfortunately, I have the Californian experiment and the Detroit experiment, and I understand that the level of corruption they're practicing is much superior than Eastern Europe can ever produce. It's a level of corruption that's almost invisible. You know it's there, but you can't point at it. Like I got a subscriber telling me that they thought their vote was changed, and so like they wanted to file a complaint, but apparently like they can't file a complaint unless they know the name of the guy at the section, and the guy doesn't want to give their name, and so it's a dead issue. And it's like, well, I mean, that's a level of sophistication that goes even beyond the European Union capabilities, you know? And so, like, if you're running a state like that, of course you're going to have people just suck it up. So, yeah, like, life in New York, I expect it's going to get worse, not necessarily because of Zohran, because the previous mayor was also corrupt, and he was also a leftist, but simply because, like, the world is going to shit. Right? Like, we're noticing internet crackdowns. And when you have internet crackdowns and restrictions of liberties, then the politicians can get away with more shit. So they can get away with more corruption. Which means more taxation, more grifting, you know, more of their bodies getting in government positions. And this is why, you know, like, free speech is actually important. Normally, you're supposed to call that shit out. But, like, if we're going to go with digital IDs and we're going to go with restricted internet, and only a couple of websites allowed that can forward the paycheck for the censorship and the digital IDs requirements, it's going to be a tough time. But we're going to make it through it, you know, like as always do. If you're from New York, I mean, it's more of the same. You know, you're going to wake up tomorrow the same way you woke up yesterday. I feel bad for you, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.